President Draupadi Murmu presents My Bharat National Service Scheme Awards for 2022-23 at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails India's record 22-medal win at World Para-Athletics Championships. Power Minister Medhat Lingdo inaugurates BEE Indo-German Energy Summit in Shillong. And SSA teachers to challenge Supreme Court ruling on mandatory TET. The news in detail. President Draupadi Murmu today presents the My Bharat National Service Scheme Awards for 2022-23 at Rashtrapati Bhavan. A total of 40 awards were conferred to NSS units, program officers and volunteers for their outstanding contribution to community service and nation building. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports annually recognizes exceptional NSS work. Launched in 1969, the NSS aims to develop student youth through voluntary community service. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised India's historic showing at the World Para-Athletics Championships, where the Indian contingent won 22 medals, including 6 golds. Modi congratulated the athletes, calling their performance an inspiration to millions, and expressed pride in every team member. He also highlighted the honor of hosting the tournament in Delhi and thanked support staff from nearly 100 participating nations. Meghalaya Power Minister Medhat Lingdo inaugurated the BEE Indo-German Energy Program Summit in Shillong today. The summit, held with German Agency for International Cooperation and the Ministry of Power, reviewed energy conservation progress in eastern and northeastern states. Lingdo highlighted Meghalaya's lead promotion, renewable energy adoption and awareness programs, urging citizens to save energy. He called for behavior change alongside technology and hailed the summit as a model of cooperative federalism for a greener, sustainable India.
Through the state designated agency under the Power Department has taken several steps to promote energy efficiency across the state by creating awareness programs and encouraging the public to use LED lighting and star-rated appliances, engaging with educational institutions like schools and colleges to build awareness on energy conservation and efficient use of electricity. Capacity building program on energy conservation building code, supporting renewable energy adoption and so on.
SSA teachers in Meghalaya have decided to file a reviewed petition against the Supreme Court's recent ruling making it mandatory for all in-service teachers to clear the teacher eligibility tests. MSSA President Aristotle Rimbai stated that the ruling overrides an earlier government exemption for teachers who joined before August 23, 2010, potentially affecting long-service educators. Education Minister Lakshman Rimbui has assured that the matter will be discussed with the Chief Minister, Advocate General, Cabinet and political parties before deciding on the government's course of action.
Kepala Penmi Daka Honorable Supreme Court Hakan Strik Jongkai September Haraja Pusan Kepala Ong Baro Kinong Hikai Kepala Don Lupa Hakakam Ihab Banpas Yaka Teachers eligibility test. Kanina verdict jong ka Supreme Court basakta direct day mga mapi kinong hikay. Ini namin yung Meghalaya SSA School Association. Hadir bangila Yashem bangkini legal expert. Kira ay kejimut ba ni day ban challenge yang ni ka order jong ka Supreme Court da ka file ya ka review petition.
The Khasi Students' Union demand for correction in the MBBS and health courses merit list has been accepted by the Health Department. Following a meeting with Health Minister Wailat Mikishilla, the top Khasi Jantia student, Record Nonkanri, will now be placed at serial number 13 in the open category, while Dia Ghosh moves to serial number 14. KSU has also urged the government to scrap Clause 9.6 of the SOP, which restricts students from choosing between open and reserve categories. The Health Minister assured a review of the SOP to ensure fairness in the seat allocation.
And finally, the government agreed that the list should be changed in accordance with what we have been demanding and in accordance of what was practiced in the past. Although they did mention that a certain clause of the standard operating procedure, that clause 9.6, which mentioned that a student can opt for either open or reserve category. Now, asking a student to opt for such categories is like putting a noose around their necks. So we are demanding from the government that that certain clause of the SOP should be scrapped, and they said that they will look into the matter.
The Jantia National Council has recently submitted a letter to the CEM of GHADC urging the inclusion of the Pnar language in the Meghalaya State Language Act. Speaking to the media, GNC President Sambormi Lingdo, the demand is aimed at preserving linguistic identity and is not intended to create divisions between Khasi and Jantia communities. He added that the GNC is actively pursuing the issue through protests and advocacy, with some support from local NGOs to secure recognition of the Pnar in both the State Language Act and the state anthem.
What make us to demand this to include the Pnar language is in the Meghalaya State Language Act is like there was a time last year when the state government through its art and culture department released a Meghalaya state anthem, and in that anthem we have seen like only Garo, Khasi and English. They don't include the Pnar language. So it is the right of the Jantia people, the Pnar people, to get their language included in the Meghalaya State Language Act, so that in future, all of the future generation will know that Khasi, Jantia and Pnar are the major tribe of the state of Meghalaya.
The Marman Circle Freshwater Fisheries Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited was inaugurated today at Marman Community Hall, aiming to promote sustainable fishery development across 16 villages with over 400 fish ponds. Chief guest, MLA of Nongpo Mirabon Saim, distributed fingerlings to local villages and praised the initiative, urging members to embrace innovation, teamwork and perseverance for long-term growth. The event was also attended by block officials, society members and local farmers, marking a collective step towards enhancing aquaculture and rural livelihood in the region.
Ilham keberadaan ini, ilham kami kerana kita ilham semua orang yang soal keberadaan hal keberadaan sabaru. Kalau konsep nanti ilham, agilo diberita diberhenti dan isu yang ramai membantu dalam society. Nama kita kedai berlong dari dengan munculan dari dengan baiklah. Bahawa ini mungkin ilham keberadaan hal ini ke society itu clearly. Kena air kerjaan kita ngelam di kenapa? Ini bos ni, kita bilang yang lebih kita, kita ini kumpulan ini, dalam kita perhatian, pada haji ini, pada sen given society organ huge branch.
After a 3-month agitation, Non-Gazetted Employees Association employees have resumed office work following an informal meeting with the subcommittee and council officials. Deputy Commissioner Vibhor Agarwal informed that the disbursement of 12-month salary is being expedited and expected to reach employees' accounts by October 15. Finia Grichi K. Sangma, speaking for NGEA, stated that the suspension of the protest is temporary and that discussions on monthly salaries from November will continue based on the employees' preferences. The subcommittee is working closely with council officials to complete documentation and finalize salary statements.
Today we have resumed back our works. After 3 months of agitation, we have temporarily suspended our agitation in conditions. In case if the story flips or in case if something bad happens, we might resume back our agitation. Today we have been called by the subcommittee members to discuss about the 12-month salary and the monthly salary from November. Though we are not happy, we are compelled to accept the 12-month salary, though it was not our demand.
In a tragic road accident on Sunday night, 2 men were killed and another seriously injured when a bolero collided head-on with a truck at Umsao, Nongkarai along National Highway 6 in Riboy district. Police said the truck, traveling from Shillong to Nongpo, suddenly veered into the opposite lane and rammed into the bolero, which belonged to the Department of Sports and Youth Affairs. The injured was rushed to Nongpo Civil Hospital, while police retrieved the bodies of the deceased and launched an investigation into the cause of the accident. The Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh launched its Sangh Centenary Year 2025-26 with the Udbodhani Karyakram at Borkona Kalidham Ashram, Beta Singh Khanth. The event featured a march past, Shastra Pujant, flag hoisting, physical demonstration, group and solo songs, and intellectual discourse. Upendra Harikoch, senior Karyakarta, graced the occasion as chief guest. A total of 106 participants attended the inaugural ceremony, which concluded with prayer and flag lowering, marking the formal start of RSS Centenary Year celebration in the Beta Singh region. Porsha village in Maushenrut Civil Subdivision got its first ever futsal facility, Highway Futsal Porsha, inaugurated on Saturday. Dr. Lucky Marbanyang attended as chief guest alongside Honor Sping Maule, village elders and local residents. The inauguration featured a friendly match between Maushenrut veterans and MLG senior team, with the MLG team winning 4-1. Speaking at the event, Dr. Marbanyang highlights the importance of sports in fostering youth engagement, disciplines, health lifestyles, and community unity.
Nah, kemudian ibu pelari warna kenika futsal lo, kenika dia kai football, kenika dong bertahan juga Maushenrut, kenika dong ketingkat tiu nama takkan nama takkan kuat ya, nama takkan jenis kai football hi kenika po kata mo sinut mo kaya kiting betul na kini di don do kini kiting na kai kalong ba dai nipong ya kadai ka kiting ko tiya bahkan ni ka futsal wala ka kiting dai perlok man ka por lada kamdan kani am ni ko no stoy bunam itu na.
And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 22 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 27 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 92%. Rainfall 6.6 millimeter. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 16 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 22 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 87%. Rainfall 15.8 millimeter. Meanwhile in July, minimum temperature 18 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 89%. Rainfall 5 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and July says that moderate rain and thunder showers likely to occur at most places. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the headlines once again. President Draupadi Murmu presents My Bharat National Service Scheme Awards for 2022-23 at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails India's record 22-medal win at World Para-Athletics Championships. Power Minister Medbah Lingdo inaugurates BEE Indo-German Energy Summit in Shillong. And SSA teachers to challenge Supreme Court ruling on mandatory TET. Well, viewers, that's all we have in today's edition of the news. Do join us again tomorrow with more updates. Have yourself a good night.